So I was thinking about all these smart devices the other day,
Oh yeah.
and it's like there's a drive now, so everything that we're going to have in our homes is supposed to go smart, but they're not actually that smart. I mean, like my smart washing machine, not smart.
Not smart.
Not smart. I mean, I still have to load it, put detergent in, then I can go away anywhere and press an app to start it, but then I have to return to it in order to unload it and hang it on the line. I mean, it doesn't even separate the dogs from the lights.
I've got the same problem, we won't touch my delicates.
No, well, no, I'm not surprised at that, Ellie. But I mean, you know, does everything need to be smart? Do we really need a smart fridge, a smart kettle, a smart washing machine?
No, I think it's one of those cases where the rush to technology yet again, and it's this sort of solving a problem that doesn't exist. Because we can do something, so because we can build an app that will do this thing, therefore we have to find a use for it, rather than there's this really awkward laundry problem that we need to solve as a matter of urgency, and we've just discussed what the urgent problems are with laundry, and they cannot be solved by a mobile app.
I mean, that's one end of the spectrum, but then you've got all of these smart devices now, like the smart hubs, and the home hubs, controlling your aircon and your lighting, playing your music for you, allowing you access to unlimited amount of video content, etc. But do you think a lot of users realise just how much information those devices are harvesting from them in return for that service? How many of them actually come out of the box smart and secure?
Well, we know for a fact that it's not very many, and the government's tried to push us towards, DCMS in particular, tried to push us towards an Internet of Things. I said it. Standard for consumer goods, but I don't think it's a consumer problem. I mean, we're obviously in this conversation we're talking about smart home devices, but we know that it's an issue all round. But if we are determined to web enable everything from our washing machines to our trousers, then I think we need to take the security much more seriously than we do.
I've only just gone back to wearing smart trousers after the pandemic.
I've forgotten how to wear clothes completely. I can't handle it anymore at all. Wearing shoes and things.
But you've got these devices that people are putting in their homes, sometimes putting them even in their bedrooms, that are always listening to them, and they don't seem to realise that with the benefit of the ease of use, they're giving up a huge amount of privacy, and of course, one man's security is another man's privacy.
We've seen that recently, haven't we, in the headlines with someone's video doorbell, with a camera that was viewing somebody else's back garden, and that is literally someone else's security becoming someone else's privacy nightmare. I'm sure it won't be the only case, and I'm sure there'll be many other smart devices that cause similar kind of privacy conundrums, because obviously that's not covered by the Data Protection Act.
No, of course not, because it's all domestic use.
Exactly. Yeah. So is that going to require fresh legislation, or will it require an enhancement to DPA 18?
Well, I think we've come back to just the thing about the Internet of Things.
You said it.
Is that there's a lot of things that are on the Internet of Things. No, so the challenge with that is, so we've got the DCMS standard, and that's for consumer IoT devices. We've got BSI producing a standard against which IoT devices can be accredited. We've got the UK government talking about legislation to mandate the requirement for things to be secure. And we've got manufacturers who, as they often do, continue to push the idea that the security of the things they make is the end user's problem, not theirs. So rather than proactively securing these things and shipping them in a secure state with good passwords on, they're hard coding the username and password and then absolving them of any responsibility for that.
Yeah, but you and I, Mike, both know that it's possible for an industry to try and heal itself, because we've seen the surveillance camera industry try and do that with its work with the biometrics and surveillance camera
Yeah.
commissioner.
The way they've embraced the secure by default standard has been fantastic, and really that's what the DCMS standard is for consumer devices, is a secure by default standard.
Yeah.
But what we're not seeing is the industry itself, the manufacturing industry, embracing that standard. And that's just a UK recommended standard.
Yeah.
Really, we need a global standard for all IoT devices, because these are made all over the world and shipped all over the world. So you can make something in one country that doesn't have to comply with a kite mark and then ship it to the UK. And yet, if you try to do that with an electrical device without electrical safety in it, it would be taken off the shelves.
Yeah.
So I think we need to get to the same point where we have a security kite mark
Yeah.
and a privacy kite mark, because they're not the same thing.
They're not the same thing at all. There's a kind of there's a real disconnect, and we're always lagging. Doesn't it always seem to be that we're lagging behind when it comes to looking at security and privacy issues of things?
Just because you can.
Doesn't mean you should. Secure home devices, Mike.
Insecure home devices.